Good morning and welcome to Benue Television News at 9. My name is Mercy Upa. The headline: Benue State Government commences repairs on Otobi Waterworks. Police and NABS killers of retired Army General in Abuja land on the foreign scene. President Ruto ready to dialogue with protesters over tax. The Benue State government, with support from the federal government, has awarded contracts for the construction of roads across the state, totaling over 600 kilometers. Governor Hyacinth announced this Sunday in Ogbukbo while addressing the people of Apa Agatu Federal Constituency on the thank you visits to the area. It is the last day of the Governor Hyacinth's thank you visit to the people of Benue State. He arrives Ogbukbo, the headquarters of Apa Agatu Federal Constituency and the hometown of the acting chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC in Benue State, Benjamin Omakolo. He again restates the commitment of his administration towards ending insecurity in the state, noting that as one of the areas was hit by unprovoked attacks, the people of Apa Agatu observe maximum attention to enable them return to their ancestral homes to lead normal lives. The governor, who explained his interest in struggling to keep democracy for the good of the people, vows to remain with the people, work for them and with them. He again emphasizes the need for formation of farm cooperatives to access agricultural incentives and loans at low interest rates to boost food production and maintain the state's status as the food basket of the nation. Acting chairman of the All Progressives Congress (APC) in Benue State, Benjamin Omakolu, caretaker chairman of Apa Local Government, Ochai Alidu, and Commissioner for Transport and Power, Omale, led others, prominent sons and daughters of the area, to applaud Governor Alia's efforts to stabilize security and humanitarian challenges being faced by the people, describing him as a courageous governor. The people, who reaffirmed total loyalty and support to the governor, however, request for more infrastructural gaps to be filled in the area, particularly the opening of railroads to connect and link them to other parts of the state. Repair works and reticulation have commenced on the Otobi Waterworks to solve the challenge of water scarcity in Otukbo and its environs. Governor Hyacinth announced this and the efforts to revive Otukbo Bent Breaks Sunday in Otukbo during his thank you visit to Otukbo Ohimini Federal Constituency. This gathering of the people of Otukbo and Ohimini Federal Constituency is marking the end of Governor Hyacinth's thank you tour to the 23 local government areas of Benue State. He is received by his deputy, Dr. Samodi, and other prominent sons and daughters of the area. Reviving of state moribund industry cited in Otukbo Ohimini is the major message of the governor to these people, as he explains his visit to appreciate them for the mandates given him to become their governor. He says his administration has also given attention to empowerment of small and medium-scale enterprises and businesses, particularly Gari production in Ohimini local government, for a formidable economy. The governor mandates his deputy, Dr. Samode, to follow up with the Federal Ministry of Works for the construction of Ahmadu Bello Way, Otukbo, that is awarded under Makodi Inugu Road. Deputy Governor of Benue State, Dr. Samode, conveys the gratitude of Otukbo Ohimini Federal Constituency to the governor for the attention given them in his government through appointments and projects. Member representing Otukbo Ohimini Federal Constituency, Blessing Onu, State Assembly members from these areas, Commissioner for Finance, Michael Olegba, and are among those who not only draw the governor's attention to the need for road infrastructure in the areas, but appeal for deliberate efforts to improve security of the people. With the conclusion of the governor's tour of the state, it is hoped that he is better connected to the yearnings and challenges of his people to serve them better. In a bid to integrate, stimulate economic activities and make IDPs, internally displaced persons IDPs in Benue State, self-reliant, the Benue Investment and Property Company Limited, BIPC, has extended its motorcycle hire purchase scheme to IDPs in the state. Managing Director of BIPC, Dr. Raymond Asmakaha, represented by the Unit Head of New Businesses, James Otesi, and Departmental Head, Administration and Human Resources Management, Joshua Inyipura stated during the World Refugee Day event at Ikeogen Refugee Settlement that the initiative aims to empower economically and enhance their livelihoods. Odese explained that the training program is designed to equip IDPs and internally displaced persons with skills in baking and water treatment, enabling them to become self-sufficient and contribute to the state's economy. Odese also announced IDP's backward integration scheme for the BIPC brewery, encouraging the IDPs to use the 89 hectares presented to them by the state government to cultivate sorghum and cassava that would be purchased by the company for beer production. Receiving the motorcycles on behalf of the refugee, United Nations High Commission for IDPs Assistant Protection Officer Sally Niji Okbaji appreciated BIPC's contribution in improving the economic lives of IDPs, including the donation of 6 grounding machines during International Women's Day. Okweji lauded BIPC's initiative to offer traineeship to IDPs and IDPs, stating that the gesture will go a long way in empowering the IDPs. He also revealed that a memorandum of understanding has been developed between BIPC and UNHCR on 2 business models that would impact the IDPs, internally displaced persons, and the people of the state. The chairman of Ikeogen Refugee Settlement, Mr. Obat Thomas Obat, expressed his gratitude to the company and Governor Hyacinth Yumim Alia for their support. The motorcycle hire purchase scheme, traineeship donation of grounding machines, and backward integration are deliberate measures put in place by the company in line with the vision of Reverend Dr. Hyacinth Yumim Alia to provide IDPs and IDPs with economic opportunities. Still to come on Benin Television News at 9, a member of the House of Representatives has revealed that the federal government is losing millions of dollars to force corporate social responsibility. We'll bring you details of this report and more after the break. Stay with us.
Benway Fashion Show Season 3 is here.
It's that time of the year for fashion designers, entrepreneurs, and fashion enthusiasts to shine.
This year, sale of forms for the competition begins from 15th April to 30th June 2024.
Pick a form at Benway Television, located at Special Duties Wing, Government House, Makudi. Form costs 5,000 Naira only.
Stage 1 screening begins on the 6th of July 2024. Great prizes await you.
The first prize, 1 million Naira. Second prize, 500,000 Naira. And third prize, 300,000 Naira. All prizes are inclusive of cash and fashion tools. Also, consolation prizes and gift items.
For sponsorship, partnership, and inquiries, please call Benway TV Marketing on 0906 188 9838 or 0703 794 5569.
Benway Fashion Show,
embracing fusion fashion.
Welcome back from that break. You're still watching Benin Television News at 9. A member of the House of Representatives, Professor Obiageli Orubu, has revealed that the federal government is losing millions of dollars to force corporate social responsibility (CRS) claims by multinational companies operating in Nigeria. Orubu disclosed this in an interview with Media Men. She said the House is set to stop these laws with the introduction of the CSR bill. She added that the Company Income Tax Act has a provision for expenses incurred in CSR. She further said these donations, goodwill, or infrastructural developments the companies claimed they did in their communities were usually false. She added that the tax they pay to the government as a result of this falsehood is not actually the amount they are supposed to pay. The FCT Police Command has arrested 4 suspects over the killing of Army Brigadier General Uwem Odukwere in Abuja, Sunshine Estate. The FCT Commissioner of Police, Bernard Igwe, said 2 of the robbers now at large went away with the pistol of the retired general. The Nigeria Police Force (NPF) has launched a manhunt for the killers of the general. This is even as the FCT Commissioner of Police has ordered immediate and discreet investigation into circumstances surrounding the killing of late Brigadier General Udokwere, retired, in his home in the early hours of Saturday. Udokwere was reportedly killed on Saturday, June 22nd, 2024 afternoon by suspected armed robbers who attacked the Sunshine Home estate at about 3 a.m. Meanwhile, CP Ben Igwe reaffirmed the unflinching commitment of the FCT Police Command to amplify the security landscape of the nation's capital by continually adapting strategies to effectively combat evolving criminal activities. He also expressed profound condolences to the bereaved family and assured them and the public of swift justice, with every effort in conduct to ensure the perpetrators of the atrocities acts were apprehended and brought to justice. The Vice President Oil and Gas at Dangote Industries Limited, Devakumar Edwin, has accused international oil companies IOCs in Nigeria of doing everything to frustrate the survival of Dangote Oil Refinery and petrochemicals. He said the IOCs were deliberately and willfully frustrating the refinery's efforts to buy local crude by jacking up high premium price above the market price, thereby forcing it to import crude from countries as far as United States with its attendant high cost. Speaking to a group of energy editors at a one-day training program organized by the Dangote Group, Edwin also lamented the activities of the Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority (NMDPRA) in granting license indiscriminately to marketers to import dirty refined products into the country. He affirmed that the federal government issued 25 licenses to build refineries and Dangote Industries Limited is the only one that delivered on its promise. He said from the start of production, more than 3.5 billion liters, which represents 90% of our production, have been exported. He called on the federal government and regulators to give the industry the necessary support in order to create jobs and prosperity for the nation. Recall that the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission (NUPRC) recently met with crude oil producers as well as refineries owners in Nigeria in a bid to ensure full adherence to domestic crude oil supply obligations (DCSO) as enunciated under Section 109, Subsection 2 of the Petroleum Industry Act (PIA). The Lagos State Ministry of Health has reported 29 deaths and 579 cases since the cholera outbreak began 2 weeks ago. Lagos State Commissioner for Health, Professor Akin Abayumi, Monday explained that the death rate was due to patients being presented late at the hospital or brought in dead. He added that no case had been reported in schools. On June 11, 2024, Abayumi in a statement warned that the state had recorded an excess report of severe gastroenteritis cases. Abayumi disclosed that cases of severe gastroenteritis have been reported in communities around Etiosa, Lagos Island, Ikorodu, and Koshefe local government areas of the state. Moving over now to business news, let's join Ochanya Adaki. Hello, Ochanya.
Hello, and on Business Today, stockbrokers advocate technology adoption for bank recapitalization. FBN Holdings gross earnings soared by 181% in first quarter. The Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers has called on the Central Bank of Nigeria to adopt advanced technology throughout the bank recapitalization process to ensure efficiency and effectiveness. In a statement made available to newsmen on Sunday, the president of CIS, Olurupo Gada, stated that this approach is essential for engaging the younger generations and broadening the investors base in a country with over 200 million people and 7 million capital market investors. Dada added that CIS strongly recommended that banks raise a significant portion of additional capital through public offers to increase market participation. The Institute recommended that the entire process, from the offer's closing date to share allotment, should not exceed 20 working days to ensure investors' funds are not idle for extended periods. He said, banks should consider raising a significant portion of additional capital through public offers to increase the numbers of investors in the market. Commenting on increased competition within the banking sector, Dada noted that by diversifying the market, the risks associated with concentration can be mitigated, fostering a more competitive and robust banking environment. In addition to those recommendations, he stressed the importance of strict adherence to good corporate governance and the protection of minority shareholders during the recapitalization exercise. During the recapitalization exercise, he urged capital market operators to offer professional guidance to investors to enhance research capabilities and skilled personnel within the industry. Dada encouraged investors to verify the legitimacy of institutions and stockbrokers involved in the recapitalization offers through official channels while expressing confidence that the 2024 to 2026 banking sector recapitalization program, if properly executed, holds the potential to significantly boost Nigeria's economy. The Newsman had reported that the Security and Exchange Commission had released a framework designed to support the Central Bank of Nigeria's bank recapitalization program. This framework aims to ensure a smooth, transparent, and efficient capital raising process for banks and holding companies participating in the program. First Bank of Nigerian Holdings grew gross earnings by 181.43% to 1.60 trillion naira in the first quarter of 2024. In a statement made available to newsmen on Sunday, the group noted that the better-than-expected performance underscored its resilience and challenging economic conditions. FBN Holdings also improved its financial ratios, with interest income contributing 60% of total earnings, while non-interest income grew by 153.67% to 601.70 billion naira. The holdco profits before tax also increased by 25.15%, 350.59 billion naira in first quarter 2024. Nigeria's Premium Financial Service Group, FBN Holdings, further consolidated its top-tier ranking with a strong performance in 2023 financial year and the first quarter of 2024, reporting significant growth in gross earnings and pre-tax profits of 95.7% to 1.60 trillion naira and 126.86% to 350.59 billion naira, respectively. For the 2023 financial year, it added that the growth was achieved despite the headwinds of rising operating costs and foreign exchange impairments. Approachal Strategic Advisory Group highlighted that those results reflected FBN Holdings' ability to navigate internal and external challenges. Effectively, the analyst attributed the sterling performance to strategic leadership of its former managing director, Adesola Adeduntan, who led the executive management team for 9 years before stepping down in April. Customer deposits rose by 49.68% to 10.66 trillion naira, and each shareholders' funds improved by 75.45% to 1.75 trillion naira in 2023. The bank also reported a 126.8% increase in profit before tax, reaching 350.59 billion naira for the financial year. Additionally, the group's digital banking initiative yielded 66.34 billion naira, making a 20.41% increase over the previous year, indicating enhanced digital penetration and product usage. Looking ahead, analysts were optimistic about FBN Holdings' continued growth, particularly given its strengthened financial position and strategic initiative. And that's our package on business today. Many thanks for watching. I'm Ochanya Adagi. Do stay tuned for the rest of our bulletin.
For our business updates, I will now move over to the foreign scene for more reports, but I'll be after this break. Stay with us.
Benway Fashion Show Season 3 is here.
It's that time of the year for fashion designers, entrepreneurs, and fashion enthusiasts to shine.
This year, sale of forms for the competition begins from 15th April to 30th June 2024.
Pick a form at Benway Television, located at Special Duties Wing, Government House, Makudi. Form costs 5,000 naira only.
Stage 1 screening begins on the 6th of July 2024. Great prizes await you.
The first prize, 1 million naira. Second prize, 500,000 naira. And third prize, 300,000 naira. All prizes are inclusive of cash and fashion tools. Also, consolation prizes and gift items.
For sponsorship, partnership and inquiries, please call Benway TV Marketing on 0906 188 9838 or 0703 794 5569.
Benway Fashion Show,
embracing fusion fashion. Benway Fashion Show.
The combined operatives of Nigerian embassy and a Senegalese-based NGO have in an overnight operation rescued 24 Nigerian girls who were subjected to sexual exploitation in Tamakodal and Kedougou regions of Senegal. Acting ambassador in the Nigerian embassy in Dakar, Dr. Salihu Abubakar, Sunday said disclosed this to newsmen. According to him, the girls, mostly underage, ranging between the ages of 11, 13, and 24, are being trafficked to Senegal through Cotonou, Republic of Benin, via Mali to Senegal border for the purpose of sexual exploitation in Tamakoda and Kedougou regions. Abubakar said preliminary investigation revealed that most of the girls who were school dropouts were from Edo and Delta, adding that a few of them were from Imo and Abia, while 2 others were from Plateau. He, however, said of the 24, 22 were already repatriated weeks ago, while the 2 other ladies were repatriated to Nigeria on Saturday and had landed in Nigeria safely. Kenya's President William Ruto has said he was ready for a conversation with thousands of young protesters who held nationwide demonstrations that week to oppose proposed tax increases. The protesters who began their demonstrations on Tuesday say the administration of President William Ruto has gone back to its pledge to reduce taxes and lower the cost of living. Organized on social media and led largely by young Kenyans who live-streamed the demonstrations, the protests caught Ruto's government off guard as discontent mounts over his economic policies. The week-long demonstrations have mostly been peaceful, but 5 groups, including Amnesty International, noted late on Thursday in a joint statement that at least 105 protesters had been arrested in a violent crackdown by riot police that included the use of tear gas, water cannon, and rubber bullets. Following smaller-scale demonstrations in Nairobi on Tuesday, the cash-strapped government agreed to roll back several tax hikes laid out in a new bill. But after the government agreed to scrap levies on bread purchases, car ownership as well as financial and mobile services, the Treasury warned of a 200 billion shilling shortfall. Kenya has a vast debt mounted and servicing costs that have ballooned due to a fall in the value of the local currency over the last 2 years, leaving Ruto with few options. The tax hikes will pile further pressure on Kenyans, with many already struggling as the cost of living surges and the well-paid jobs remain out of reach for young people. Ruto added on Sunday that the annual budget included measures to tackle youth unemployment and improve access to higher education. Authorities said at least 8 people have died in a large office building fire near Moscow. Emergency officials told reporters that just one person was rescued from the place at the burning building in Fryazino. A local emergency services official told newsmen that 2 people were killed after they jumped from a window, while 6 died when the interior of the office collapsed in the blaze. A statement to the agency from Rose Electronics, a Russian-owned electronics organization, said the building has been privately owned since the 1990s. Regional Governor Andrei Voroboy said that a 34-year-old man had been taken into hospital in a serious condition, while 2 firefighters were also being treated for injuries sustained in the blaze. Local emergency services said the man was the only person rescued from the blaze. Emergency ministry officials said over 100 specialists and 2 helicopters were working to fight the fire. It is not immediately clear what caused the fire, but one eyewitness told newsmen that it broke out on the 6th floor before spreading. And that's all of our package this morning. Before we go, here's a recap of the main stories. Benue State government has commenced repairs of Otobi Waterworks. Police has arrested 4 of killers of retired Army General in Abuja. And on the foreign scene, we told you President Ruto of Kenya said he is ready to dialogue with protesters over tax rise. My name is Mercy Upa. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.